Hey, welcome back. I spend a lot of time, probably too much time, thinking about different ways to build different pieces of Lego furniture. So today, we're going to do a compilation of different ways to build Lego beds. We're going to do 10 different designs. But you know what? You don't actually need to be fancy to do Lego beds. So the nice basicest, most easy way is to get a 2x4 tile and put a bedspread sticker on it. And it's a little bit short, so the perfect length for one of these sort of beds is 2 studs by 6 studs long. So if we put this in the middle and then you put an angle piece on the top for a pillow, and then you just extend the blanket down a bit with the same color little 2x1 tile, and there we go. The easiest form of bed, and certainly it works so perfectly to serve the purpose. And I used 8 of these style beds in my how to fit 8 people into one house build. So yeah, nice and simple, smallest possible footprint. And then you can take that and expand on that. So I've just basically doubled that to make this it looks like a bed, right? Nice and easy. And all it is double of the other one. And I've just used different little, I don't even know what you call those ones, but different connectors on the bottom to create the feet. You don't even need feet on the bed, but it does make it easier to attach to the base plate. Here's another one, same style, but just a slightly different way to do pillows. So on the top, I've got 2x2 little jumper stud plate things, and then you just put the 2x1 tiles on and they make the pillows. And that looks kind of like a little flat futon-y kind of build. So you do not have to be fancy to do beds, but we are going to do 10 different designs that are more fancy than this. So number 1 is a slight variation on that flat bed, and this is actually a build out of the Lego Friends Furniture Store and Flower Shop, the Unity Street build. So there's a whole furniture store in there, so you've got a whole heap of different bed components there. And this one I just love. It's such a modern style, especially using those little angled pieces for the feet. And then for the top, even though it's still just basically a whole heap of flat pieces, right? With one little jumper stud there, one little stud. The flat pieces are creating this geometric shape of mishmash of colours, and it just makes it really, really interesting to look at. And this triangle then goes on the top like the folded over doona cover or the folded over blanket, and you got white underneath. See? Just so simple. So if we pop that into our bed space that I've created earlier, it's a little bit little for the space that I've created because it's actually a smaller bed. We're going to be doing some really big ones, but yeah, it looks great. You can pop it up against the bed with the head against the wall, or you can put it right up against the wall side on. See? Easy peasy. All right, number 2, once again, just a flat bed, and it's got a double, so it's 4x6 as our base. Actually, we're going to extend this to more than that. It's going to actually be 4x7 because that just makes it just that little bit longer. So this is actually one out of one of the Disney Princess builds, but I've made it 1 stud longer because that way it actually fits a character on a lot easier. So, and this one's just got a slightly different bed head, and we can put the bedspreads on like this, put a little colour strip along the top, which can be like the top of the doona. I could have even made that white, but then there was too much white. And then little flower pieces make nice feet too. You can use flowers, you can use studs, you can use anything. They're basically so that you don't have to put those entire plate of the bottom of the bed directly down onto the plate of the floor of your build. So right, so look, there we go. Number 2 fits a mini doll very, very nicely. And if we put it into the bedroom, it's still quite a small footprint of a bed. My pre-prepared wall, still a bit big, and it kind of doesn't work style-wise. So let's have a look at another style. This is number 3. I actually know this has come from somewhere else. This is not my own design, but I cannot remember where I have got it from. So if this looks familiar to you, let me know in the comments where this bed build actually came from. It's really helpful to know what build they actually came from, because if you want to build it yourself, you can just go and look up the digital instructions. But I have changed up the colours so that it's much more funky, because the colours that were on this originally were quite old schooly kind of colours, like really muted, and I wanted something nice and bright. So this one, we've got the bracket pieces on the end, those angle pieces, which are really great because one, they make a really nice bed head and bed end, plus it means that there's a little stopper for the mini doll's feet to like push up against, so it just makes them a little bit more secure in there. So we've got our blankety bit over the top like the sheets, and then on the bottom I am what do you call this, patchworking these colors so that they're just a little bit more interesting. And where does this go? Yeah, so that'll go on there. Oh yeah, I'm just checking that I've actually done what I've decided to do. And then this makes a really nice pillow. This was one of Stephanie's somethings. I can't remember. Maybe it was even a pillow in her bed. Probably was. So now look at this, it's perfect size, and the mini doll fits really nicely on this design of bed. Really, really nice. Let's pop it in our bedroom. Once again, a bit small for the space, but you don't always want huge beds. Also goes very nicely directly up against the wall, side to side too. Side on against the wall. Yeah, we'll just bring in a lamp. We've got a little bit of room. There we go. Nice, but we're not done yet. We've still got so many more to go. Number 4. This is a bit more of a bigger... Is that a sentence? Of a bigger bed. This is a bigger bed. And this is going to also be slightly more ornate, like a nice big double queen size bed. So this is actually a design that I used in the house that I made for my Sims couple, for the Hecking family. And love it. I just love the colours that I chose here with the dark blue and the turquoise, and I've done something wrong with the top here, so don't do that blue bit yet. Hold on, I need to take that off, and cause it's just the middle bits in the, the jumper stud bits, they were supposed to have that red 2x2 plate. There we go. And then those go over the top. And that way then the pillows, which I've just put some washi tape sticker over the top to make the graphic design on them, makes it look really nice. And then on the back, we've got a wrought iron design with all these black pieces. So there's black fencing bit here, some little telescopes on the side, and then for the top, bit of curved bits there, and then some black microphones to make the little bed head cornery knobs. The knobs, that's the word I was looking for. And that fits quite nicely. They do tend to slide a little bit off the end, but it's fine. And this one fits much nicer, nicer size-wise against my pre-prepared bedroom wall here. Looks nice with the lamp too, but we're not done yet. We're only up to number 4. No, we're up to number 5. Okay, number 5 is similar to the one we just did, but a little bit smaller footprint, so you can fit this into a smaller room. This bed design also came out of the Lego Friends furniture store. So this is kind of the more old-fashioned, traditionally typed style bed, whereas the one that we did right back as number 1 is a really, really modern, funky style with a flat. But this one curves over the side, like the doona is actually falling over the sides and over the ends, nice and soft looking. How does Lego look soft? Don't step on it. It's not soft. Put that in the wrong spot. There we go. So we've got the purple stripe along the top, turquoise bedspread, a nice brown ornate bed head, and then just for the feet, just simple studs. Nice and easy. So these go in wherever you can fit them. Perfect. Okay. Let's see how a mini doll fits on that. They're a little bit long for it, just a weeny bit, but they do stay on it fine without sliding off too much. So we pop that against our wall. Looks nice, bit small, but it's fine. Looks really nice with those colours with the yellow wall behind it. Right, next one. What are we up to? Bed number 6. This one's a completely different design to our previous ones because this one actually came out of one of the Disney Princess sets, and this is designed to put your character in it, like actually tuck them into bed, which I just love, though I don't like the whole design itself isn't quite as cohesive as I would like because the end, well, you'll see, the very end of it looks a bit weird. But the rest of it looks really nice and the idea is really, really fun. So it's just, these are just going to be all different types of beds just to suit whatever you want for different styles. So this bit pops up on the hinge section and you can pop your mini doll in there and it can look like they're sleeping or they can sit up. They actually fit in there a little bit better when they're sitting up too. She's sitting up sleeping. Looks so comfortable. All right. Okay, what are we up to now? Number 7. This one's once again an entirely different style of bed. This is a pull-out couch. Pull-out couch? Pull-out bed couch. What do you call them? I don't know what you call them. This design actually came out of the Home Alone set, but I've just mixed up the colours a bit because I just wanted my own colours. So we've got turquoise along the back, and because this is actually a couch with a pull-out bed, that's what I was meaning to say before, it's actually a lot shorter than normal beds, which is really, really normal for pull-out couches. They are horrible to sleep on. They are absolutely horrible. So yeah, this one's not going to be terribly comfortable, but does look really cool with the turned back doona top. So these curved pieces in turquoise go along the back and give you the idea that this was actually a sofa before we pulled it out, turned it into a bed. And then if we put our mini doll on, you can see that she's going to be not really very comfortable. She might have to just sleep diagonally, which is, once again, totally realistic for a sofa bed. Oh my gosh, sofa bed! That was what I was looking for. So we can put this up against the wall. Looks really nice there. Okay, number 8. Number 8 is one that I did design myself. This is from my Too Much Plants, once again grammatically incorrect, Too Much Plants build, which was actually Millie's, my daughter's bedroom, cottagecore style bedroom, and this is actually what her bed looks like, except there are slightly fewer things on it because her bed is just entirely covered in pillows and stuffies, but I've tried to put some on there. On the front of this bed is actually drawers. There is the idea that we have drawers, pull-out drawers underneath, or a trundle bed. We could also have the idea of that, but it's too low for us to put a real one in, or a real Lego one. And this is designed to actually go up against the wall on one side and up against the wall on the bed head too. So like in a corner. I'll show you in a minute. Okay, so we've got the doona cover on. Now we just have to cover it in cushions and the idea of stuffy toy things. So I was able to actually have this tucked behind the main pillow before in my original build. I don't know what I've done quite differently here, so it doesn't seem to fit anymore. So I'm just going to change up underneath this pillow, just going to fill that space, and then that kind of flops around at the back. But the other pillows we're going to be putting in are going to hold it in position. So this one's just got some cute little sprinkles on it. Just putting any sort of colour and movement happening in here, just filling it with pillows. There we go. And apparently there is still actually room to sleep. Look at this, fits nicely. And because we got a little ender with the footer on the bed, she fits on really nicely. So this is actually designed to go up against the wall, and that bed head's supposed to go up against a corner too. So it tucks into a corner. That looks all right like that. Just like that. All right. Okay. Bed number 9 is, I like this one so much. This one is not a really nice, elegant, fancy bed. This design came out of the Harry Potter Attack on the Burrow bed. This was actually the Weasley's parents' beds. But I've completely changed up the colours so that they're less oldie-timey and a lot more bright. Because I just like them being bright. I like putting all these colours together. The Lego friends have completely infected me with their colour, which is a good thing. The world can do with some more colour. But because we've got black rail pieces for the header and the footer, all those bright colours, they're not too obnoxious. So this goes up here, and then these little pillow pieces, I've actually just put stickers on them to make them look patterned. And that's a really great bed. They fit in so perfectly. It looks so nice. So let's put that up against the wall. I don't know if it goes with the color scheme of my room, but it fits really nicely against the wall. It's a really good size bed for 2 characters. Okay, number 10 is actually the bed we just did, but an alternate version. So the other one's reasonably older fashioned. This one is going to be a very modern, clean take on it. So we're changing out the blacks to white, and instead of having railings, we're having smoothed header and footer pieces. But the rest of it is the same sort of idea, as you'll kind of, hopefully you'll see as we go along. But I really like the colour scheme of this. And this actually is the bed that I put in Emma's parents' room, I think. I think that's right. And as I'm putting this together, I just realised there's not terribly stable in the middle there, because those purple bits are actually sticking to nothing in the middle, but it really doesn't matter because they're stuck on one side. They'll be fine. It's fine. You could actually make this a little bit more structurally sound than I've made it, but it still looks nice. And these angle bracket bits go on the back, and blue here for the idea of the sheets underneath the blanket. Pink along the back because I just think it's complementarily really nicely. And then on the very back, we smooth those over. So see, it is, we'll just pop our character in here. So she fits really nicely on there, but it's actually just the same bed as number 9, so I kind of cheated, but it's an entirely different bed, right? I mean, they are the same design, but we've just mixed up a few different things. And yeah, we've got a really different look. So it just goes to show, look how nice this looks in the bedroom though. That's really, I think that suits the bedroom really very nicely. But it just goes to show that you can take any of these designs and you can mix up the colors, you can mix up what pillow shape you pop on there. You don't have to have exactly the same pieces. Just use what you have and see what you end up with. It'll be fun. All right, so I hope I've given you some ideas for some designs here. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Subscribe, do all the things, give her a thumbs up, and check back in because more videos are coming up soon. So I'll see you then. Bye.